this video, we will be creating a serverless KYC solution using Kumologica. A serverless KYC solution consists of two flows. One is a passport requester flow and the other one is a passport OCR flow. Both the flows will be part of the single project. Let's start by creating the project. To start with, we'll be dropping an event listener node onto the canvas. As our passport requester flow is an API, we'll be selecting event source as API gateway. Our verb will be get and URL will be /passport. As you can see, the flow is deploying locally. Next, we will be dropping an Amazon SES node. We'll wire the event listener node to the Amazon SES node. For each change that happens on the canvas, the server will automatically get deployed locally. We'll be configuring the SES node. The to address will be set to extract the value from the query parameter of this API. We'll be setting the subject as KYC verification request. To end the flow, we will be adding an event listener end node just after the SES. We'll set the status code as 200. And we will set the payload Now we are completed with our passport verification flow. Now we'll start building the next flow, which is the passport OCR flow. A passport OCR flow will be triggered from Amazon S3 bucket. In this case, we'll be selecting the event source as Amazon S3. Once the S3 bucket is triggered by drop of any image file, it will be invoking an Amazon recognition service. For this, we will be adding an AWS recognition node. We'll be selecting the operation as detect text. And we will be adding the S3 bucket name as tutorial test lab. Now we'll fill the file pattern. After the recognition service is invoked, the response from the recognition service is passed on to the next node, which is a function node, to construct a message to be sent to the Slack. This node prepares the message that is to be sent to the Slack. Now we will add the Slack node. In order to use the Slack node, we need the token and the channel ID. The token and the channel ID can be generated from the Slack bot. And finally, we are closing the flow with the event listener in node. Now let's start the deployment. To do the deployment, we need to select the profile. I'm setting the memory as 512 and timeout as 30 seconds. As you can see here, the API gateway entry or the API gateway trigger is already configured over here, which is to create a new API with a deployment stage as test. But we need to have one more trigger, which is the S3 trigger. So we are selecting the S3 and adding it. The bucket name, I'm selecting it as tutorial test lab. And rest, I'm leaving it as default. I'm opening the terminal. I'm making the deployment. On the left hand side, we have the Slack, and on the right hand side, we have the Gmail, which is used by the customer. So in the Slack, the customer care agent is actually using the / command to make a request to customer. The mail has been sent, and as you can see here, the customer has received the request. Once the customer has received the email, he will be uploading the scanned copy of the ID card onto the S3 folder. This is the ID card which the customer is going to upload. As you can see, the ID card has been uploaded and a new message has came with the details of that ID card. And this is received by the customer care agent on the Slack.